Hello everyone and welcome to this week's functional mobility class. We are going to be working on hips again this week. You will need a mat, which is actually optional, a slider. You can use a paper plate on a carpeted surface or a towel on a hardwood surface. And then we will also probably want to have towels or cushions to protect our knees if you need. Let's go ahead and get started. Begin in a comfortable seated position. We're going to warm up our wrists first. Make tight fists, clench your entire arm, clench your scaps, then open them up and relax. And then make tight fists again. Squeeze everything as hard as you can. Squeeze, and relax. And again, squeeze everything. Make those forearms tight, the arms tight, the shoulders tight. Squeeze everything together as tight of a fist as you can and relax. And then go ahead and squeeze again and shake them out. Now extend your arms out straight, palms facing down. And with a straight hand, bring your fingers back towards your face. And now we're going to make fists and then open. We want to try to keep the back of our hand as still as possible. We're only moving our fingers from straight to curled. Nice straight arms, ribs tucked in, shoulders down. Nice and slow. Then push your palms down and do the same. Extend your fingers out straight and then curl them under, trying to keep the back of your hand still. So you don't want to have your wrist moving up and down here. We're going to do 5 of these in each position. Go ahead and bring them out straight again and flip your palms up towards the ceiling. Bring your fingers down towards the ground, extend them straight, and then curl them up. Nice and slow, straight arms. We're doing 5 of these in each position. And then bring your fingers towards your face. This is the hardest one. Keep those elbows straight. Don't let them bend. They're going to want to if you let them. And then extend out straight and curl your fingers towards you. Keep trying to bend the wrist towards you as far as you can. Great. Now go ahead and we're going to come to the floor to a nice seated position. Put your feet out in front of you and shift from side to side into a 90-90 position. So your knee comes to your heel, then back up, knee to heel, then back up. Keep thinking about drawing your heels towards your bottom and your bottom towards your heels, and that will help you from shifting forward. Keep thinking of drawing those heels back towards your bottom. Keep trying to sit up straighter and straighter if you're using your arms behind you as support. Then come to one side and lean forward. Keep a nice straight back. Tuck those hips so that we have a straight back, and then come up. Shift to the other side. Lean forward, nice and slow. Push up and extend the hips forward. Give a nice butt squeeze at the top to really extend those hips forward. Come back to the first side. Lean forward and push up, and to the second side, lean forward, nice and slow, and push up. Remember to give a good butt squeeze at the top to really extend those hips forward. Give a nice stretch in that hip flexor. Go back to the first side and lean forward and push up. Switch over to the second side, lean forward and push up. Come back to the first side, lean forward and press up. And the second side, lean forward. Each time you lean forward, try to get a little bit farther down. Keep your back nice and straight, no rounding. Lead with the chest. Meet back over on the first side. And we're going to push our front leg into the ground as hard as we can for 5 counts. 4, 5, and now lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And push it down into the ground. Push your knee, push your heel, push, push, push. And lift. Try to keep your shin parallel to the floor. Don't let that knee be higher than the heel if you can. And now the other side. Push, push, push. This one's a little bit harder. 5, and lift. Try not to move your torso when you're lifting. 4, 5, and push. Push with all your might. Push the knee, push the heel, and lift. Again, try to keep that shin parallel to the floor. Think of lifting your heel up above your knee if you can. And push. 2, 3, 4, 5, and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Set it back down and switch over to the other side. You're going to start with pushing that front leg. Push down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lift. Try to keep that shin parallel. 3, 4, 5. Push. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lift. 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch to the other leg and push. 2, 3, 4, 5, and now lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Push into the ground. Use that side butt to really push down the obliques to lift. And lift. 2, 3, 4, 5. Push it down. Push the heel and the knee. Try to think of pushing both of them equally into the ground. And then lift them both equally. Crunch up that side body, those obliques, to really not move your torso while you're lifting. And now we'll switch over to the other side, kind of back and forth, loosen up those hips. And then now switch one leg into a butterfly and lean forward. Switch it back to 90. Switch over to the other side. Switch one leg to butterfly and lean forward. Nice straight back. Switch it back to 90. And to the other side. Switch one leg to butterfly and lean forward. Each time you lean forward, try to get a little bit deeper. Push those knees to the ground. Switch the leg back to 90 and to the other side. Switch to butterfly. Press forward, lead with the chest, straight back. Switch back to 90. And meet back in the middle. Now from here, we're going to have our palms facing towards the back wall, and we're going to start by pushing our shoulders and our chest up towards the ceiling. Lock those shoulders into place, and then we'll lift the hips just a little bit. We're not gonna go all the way, so you don't have to do a full hip extension here. And now we're going to dip one knee at a time in towards each other. Dip the right, and then the left. Keep the chest elevated, and left, right, and left. Nice and easy, get some internal rotation on your hips here. So I'll show it from the front. Again, make sure the chest is nice and lifted, press up, and dip the knees in. You want one knee to stay straight, and dip the other one towards your ankle. As you're doing this, make sure the shoulders stay strong, the chest stays lifted, hands are facing towards the back wall. Protect those shoulders here. and sit back down. From here, go ahead and we're going to extend one leg and we're going to put our bottom onto our other foot. So I'm starting here with my right leg. I have my bottom on my right heel, and then I'm dipping my knee forward to try to touch the ground. So my left leg is just there as support, and my right leg is doing all the work. And as I move forward, I should feel a really big lengthening in the quadricep and the hip flexors. So go forward 5 times here, keep the toes on the ground, and then on the 5th one, lift up. So you're gonna have to squeeze the bottom when the knee touches the ground, squeeze the bottom, push the hips forward. And back, touch the knee, and push the hips forward. Squeeze the bottom to really extend. And again. Each time you sit back, reposition your bottom on your foot if needed, and then we'll go ahead and switch sides. So now we're working with our other leg, so we'll get our setup. I'm gonna sit on my left heel. My right leg's just there as support, and I'm gonna lean my knee forward to try to touch the ground. This is also a great foot stretch, so you'll notice if your toes do not have a lot of mobility because they'll impinge you from dropping that knee to the ground. So as I'm moving forward here, my bottom stays glued to my heel. I'm not letting it lift up off my foot yet. And then on that 5th one, go ahead and extend the hips forward. Touch the knee and push. Come back, touch the knee and push. Squeeze the bottom to push forward. Touch the knee and push. Sit back. Touch the knee, push forward, and come back to a seated position. Go ahead and get up into standing now. We want to have a nice wide stance, and we're going to start lunging towards one side and then to the other. And now go as low as you can. If you can, get the bottom all the way to the ground. Come back up and to the other side. And now as you move back and forth from side to side, try to keep your bottom as low to the ground as you can. So we're gonna move from one side, push down and move to the other side. Keep the bottom low. Use those legs to really draw yourself down to the ground as much as possible. Back to the first side. A couple more on each side here. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. Really use your body weight to pull yourself down more as you go across. Now plant the hands and rotate to a front lunge. Squeeze the bottom and the quads to strengthen and straighten that back leg. Back to a side lunge, and we'll go over to the second side. Plant the hands, rotate to a front lunge, squeeze the bottom, straighten the leg, and roll back to the side lunge. Keep the bottom low as you move back to the first side. Plant the hands, rotate to the front, squeeze the bottom, squeeze the quads, straight leg, and back to the side. Push over to the other side, keep the bottom low, plant the hands, rotate around to the front, straight leg, and back over to the side lunge. Come back to the first side, plant the hands, squeeze that leg straight, come back to side lunge, push over to the second side, plant the hands, rotate to a front lunge, squeeze the bottom and the quads, come back to a side lunge, and push back over to the first side. Plant the hands, Come to a front lunge. This time, go ahead and let your knee come to the ground. And we're going to use our hand, one as support and the other one on our knee. And we're gonna rotate our knee around in circles. Let's start by going clockwise. Nice big circles. You can let your hips move around. Really bring your knee in huge circles around your ankle. Come back to a front lunge. Rotate to a side lunge. Push over to the second side. Plant the hands, get situated again. You can drop the back knee. Again, one hand on your knee, one hand for support if needed. And we're going clockwise. Push the knee around in nice, big, gentle circles. Really get that hip joint all moved up. We want to be nice and limber here. Come back to a front lunge. Around to the side, stay low, push over to the first side again, and we're gonna repeat, but this time we wanna go the opposite direction. Drop the knee and counterclockwise. Rotate the knee around, nice big circles. We're doing 5 circles on each side. Come back to a front lunge, rotate to a side lunge. Push over to the second side, plant the hands, rotate to a front lunge, drop the knee, and again counterclockwise on this side. Nice and big circles. Straighten the back leg, come back to your side lunge, and then back to standing. From here, go ahead and come down to the floor. We're going to be in a tabletop position. Hands will be placed just a little bit wider than shoulder width to give yourself some balance. Extend your right leg out to the side and lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Keep it up. 2, 3, 4, 5, come down. Now sit your bottom back a bit and try to keep your leg kicking forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let it down, sit back a little bit farther. 10 more, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold. 2, 3, keep your foot coming towards your face, and come down. Now to the other side. So we're going to be kicking our left leg. Remember, you want to make sure that your foot is in line with your knee. Think of kicking your face. Make sure it's not kicking towards the back. Ready, and go. 4, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lean back a bit. Sit your hips back towards your foot. And 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Set it down. Sit the hips back even more. Try to get the bottom to the foot. And 10 more kicks. Deep breath, and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it. 2, 3, hold, and release. Great work. From here, go ahead and make your way down to the ground. We're going to be in a face plant position, so you can rest your head on your hands if you like, and then make a diamond with your legs. So your knees are out to the side and your feet are touching. so your feet will be up off the ground. Now keep your feet touching and lift the knees. Really squeeze the butt and extend the left leg and the right leg. And now both. Keep the legs high, keep the knees lifted. Left, right. Meet back in the center each time. Left, right, and both. Make sure that you're extending your legs super straight. And both. Left, right, both. Lift a little bit higher and pulse. 2, 3, 4. Hold it. 2, 3, 4, 5, and come down. Come back to a kneeling position now, and extend your right leg out to the side. You want to make sure that your right heel and your left knee are in line. Square up your hips, tuck your pelvis under, and start leaning towards the side. You'll be pushing your right knee back with your arm, and you'll be trying to push the right side of your hip forward, tucking your tailbone under with each of these. As you go, you may notice that you need to walk your right foot out a little bit farther so that you can get a little bit deeper. We want to go down nice and controlled and push back up with that right heel. Make sure you keep the hips square, keep trying to rotate your right hip towards the front and tucking your left hip under. Nice and slow, push all the way down as far as you can and then push back up. Down, back up. We're doing 10 of these on each side. Each time you do it, really be conscious of what your hip is doing. Make sure it's staying tucked under. Go ahead and switch to the other side when you've gotten to 10. So now we have our left foot out. Tuck the tailbone under. And 10 more. Over to the side. And 10. Nice and slow. Down for 3 counts. Back up for 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Nice and slow. Keep walking that foot back out if you need to so that you can extend out farther. Keep pushing the knee back with your arm. Trying to square up your hips, tuck your tailbone. Keep good posture while you're doing this. Keep those ribs tucked in, shoulders back and down. Out to the side, and back up. Each time you do one, try to go a little bit farther. Great job. For this next one, we're going to need a slider. So I've got a mat and a towel here set up so I can slide. And we're gonna start back with our leg extended onto the towel and slide out to the side and then back up. 10 on each side. 8. And up. 7. And up. 6. And up. 5. Again, 3 counts down, 2 counts up. Nice and slow, be in control. 4. Try to go a little bit deeper each time, but don't choo-choo train on the way back up. Be in control. And last one. Switch over to the other side. If you need a towel underneath of your knee, this would be a great place for it because this can be a little hard on the knees. So leg out straight and go down for 10. 9. 8. 7. 6, 5, 4. Keep trying to go a little deeper each time. 2. And last one. As low as you can go. Hold it for a second. Push back up. Excellent work. Now we're going to meet in a wide straddle. So as wide as you can go here. And using the support of your hands, we're going to zigzag down for 8 counts. 1, 2, 3, back and forth. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And now we're going to push back up in a zigzag. 8, 7, go from side to side, nice and slow. 3, 2, and 1. And then work our way back down. Each time you do the zigzag, you're going to be squeezing that leg. So as I move to the right, I squeeze my right quad and I use my obliques to pull my body closer. Back and forth. Squeeze the left, squeeze the right. I'm actively using my legs to pull myself over and down. And now make your way back up. Really get that maximum compression on each side as you work your way from top to bottom. When you get back to the top, go ahead and bring your legs in just a little bit. If you started out with your legs about this width, then just keep them here. And we want our chest nice and lifted, and we're going to lean forward without our arms supporting us as far as we can, and then lift back up. So these are a straddle good morning, a seated straddle good morning. So from the side, my chest is lifted, my tailbone is tucked out, so my butt is trying to stick out, and I'm leaning forward as far as I can, holding at the bottom, then lifting up. Again, lean forward, chest forward, looking out in front of you. Hold at the bottom, and lift back up. Lean forward, nice and slow down. Get to the point where your back stays straight. If it starts to round, then you're too low. So only go as far down as your back stays straight. Now go ahead and widen your straddle just a little bit. And let's put our arms behind our head and do the same thing. So each repetition, we're going to go a little bit wider with our straddle. Again, back down. And back up. Go a little bit wider. And slowly lower down. Hold at the bottom. 2, 3, hold it. 5, and slowly, with control, lift back up. Great work. Go ahead and bring your legs in. Give them a nice squeeze. We're going to work in a frog position now. So our knees are going to be out to the side. Our knees and our hips are going to be in one line. And then our feet are going to be at a 90-degree angle there from our knees. And we're going to be tilting our hips back and forth here. Again, if you have those towels and you have tender knees, then you can push the towels underneath of your knees to help keep them cushioned. So our hips and our knees are in a straight line. Our feet are back 90 degrees. And we're going to tuck our tailbone under, really squeeze that low ab area. And then push our bottom up towards the sky. And tuck your tailbone under. Really squeeze that pelvic floor. And then up towards the sky. Tuck the tailbone under. Try to round your back up towards the ceiling. And Arch your back now, sticking your bottom up, and tuck the tailbone, and arch the back. Sit your bottom back now towards your feet. Keep sitting it back a little bit more, a little bit more. One more moment, and now you can relax. Go ahead and make your way to a seated position. You can cross one leg over the other. If you want to, you can keep that leg out straight or tuck it into you as well. Hug your knee in tight to your chest. And now rotate your body over to the side, leading with your chest. Get a nice twist. Keep hugging that knee in tight. Lead with your chest, not with your nose. And then switch to the other side. Again, cross one leg over the other. You can keep that leg straight or bring it in close to you. Hug the knee in really tight and twist your body over to the side, leading with your chest, not with your nose. Nice and gentle here. We're just trying to give a nice relaxing stretch to those muscles that we've been working through this whole session. And then from here, go ahead and make your way down to the ground. Lay on your back. You can keep your hands out straight to your side, and we're going to cross one leg over the other in like a pigeon pose. And then using your other leg and your low abdominals, you're gonna bring your knee up towards your face. So 5 lifts like that. Just try to bring that knee and that foot up as far as you can. On the 5th one, we're going to hold it there and extend our other leg out straight and point and flex your toe 5 times. And point, flex. Point, flex, point, flex. Bring it back down. Nice and controlled here. Keep pushing that lower back onto the ground. Use your core muscles. Cross the other leg and then lift it up to your chest. So you're trying to push your knee towards your chest, and by doing so, you're pushing the crossed leg towards your chest as well. So you're really getting a good stretch along that side butt area. On the 5th one, keep your knee there, extend your leg straight, and point and flex your foot. Point, flex, point, flex, point, flex. Bend the knee and bring it back down to the ground. And that is all we have for today. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you have a beautiful week, and we'll see you next time.